Welcome to Beer and Philosophy. Cheers. So I want to talk about my current position on truth and epistemology, I guess. Alright, so it's a little difficult to say here. So let's say I do believe there is such a thing as truth. Okay? Now, I think sometimes it's difficult to know what truth is, and difficult to know, in particular, whether or not we have attained it. So, if we have a certain piece of what we believe to be knowledge, is that actually correct? Is that true? It's hard to know. How do we know whether or not we know something? So, what's an example of this? Let's look at the understanding of atoms. That make up at least baryonic matter, for the most part. Anyway, let's talk about atoms. Okay, so we originally had, I guess way back we had this, sort of ancient Greek understanding of the atom as just the indivisible, which is what the name atom means. Unbreakable or indivisible, and later on we developed, a more robust understanding. I guess at one point there was what do they call it, the raisin bread model of the atom. I think they understood that the electrons, the negative charges, were kind of like raisins in the raisin bread. The rest of the bread had a positive charge, the electrons had a negative charge, something along that. It sort of was this mass, that was there. Later on, we developed the Bohr model of the atom, Niels Bohr. Despite my interest in physics, I'm not a physicist or a chemist or any of that sort of thing. So I may be missing some models here and getting things wrong, but you get the idea. So from the Bohr model of the atom, which was more precise, so we're getting more precise as things go along here. And then we moved on to the quantum model of the atom. However, I'm led to believe by physicists that we know that model is incorrect. I guess for one reason we don't yet have a complete picture of quantum gravity. So we know there's at least one missing piece here to our theory. So, have we attained knowledge? It would seem so, because we're able to do things. The better we understand the atom, the more we're able to do with it. We're able to create, electronics and so on, because we understand how the atom works. We're able to create, nuclear power and so on, for better or ill. So it seems like that's knowledge. However, we also know that we're wrong, so it's a little tricky. Anyway, I do believe there is such a thing as truth, and that we can know what that truth is, or at least get closer and closer to it, triangulating internet. We come at the truth from different angles, and we're able to kind of extrapolate and triangulate and get closer and closer to the truth. Now, can we ever perfectly get there? Perhaps not. I guess that raises the other aspect of my current position, which is skepticism. So I'm not a postmodernist. Maybe we'll do another video about that. However, I don't necessarily believe we can know with absolute certainty any particular truth. So I do have some degree of skepticism. And I think this is actually good, that, I don't just take at face value whatever I'm told. I'm kind of, I don't know about that. I'm skeptical. So, I think that's both positive, and provided it doesn't, everything's about balance, provided I don't go to an extreme, becoming cynical, say, for example, so on. Anyway, so that is kind of my current position on epistemology and truth and skepticism as of this moment.